Ronnie's the best player that I've ever seen.
Yeah, Ronnie is like no other player we've ever had in the game, and
you know, he is still the benchmark by which we all measure ourselves.
I think he's living on sort of a different planet than the rest of us, I think.
Can you miss him? The Rocket, Ronnie O Sullivan.
Ronnie O Sullivan, the Rocket, the most naturally gifted snooker player the sport has ever witnessed. His cue action flows like liquid gold. His break building blends controlled aggression with artful finesse. His potting leaks sheer consistency under the fiercest pressures. But just how good was Ronnie O Sullivan? Where does he rank among the all-time great snooker greats? That is what we'll analyze in depth in this video. Ronnie truly introduced himself to the snooker world in the 1993-1994 season by clinching the 1993 UK Championship aged just 17, becoming the youngest ranking event winner in history. He dismantled the then dominant Stephen Hendry 10-6 in the final. More on Hendry later in the video. The early signs were clear. Ronnie had all the raw ingredients needed to dominate this sport for decades to come. The most iconic example came 4 years later at the 1997 World Championship. Facing Mick Price, then 21-year-old O'Sullivan stepped up mid-frame and compiled the fastest maximum 147 break in history in just 5 minutes and 20 seconds. It was breathless, audacious snooker, almost looking like an exhibition rather than competitive match play. More than just a record, it marked the arrival of Ronnie as the most entertaining player on the planet. The incredible potting accuracy under pressure, the vision to construct huge breaks at rapid pace, and a controlled aggression would give Ronnie the platform to dominate, and dominate Ronnie did.
It's not just the skill, it's the entertainment. Needs to understand.
His breakthrough came in 2001, when he finally captured his first World Championship title. It marked the beginning of O'Sullivan's utter dominance in the sport for the next decade. His World Championship record stands at an astonishing 7 victories, placing him second only to Hendry in the Crucible era. Ronnie was the quickest in history to 20 Triple Crown tournament victories. Triple Crown refers to winning the World Snooker and UK Championships and the Masters Tournament in one season. The statistics continue to boggle the mind. As of 2023, O'Sullivan has constructed over 1,100 century breaks, placing him streets ahead of his contemporaries. His ranking title haul stands at 41. At number 2 sits Hendry, who has only 36. I still think that this is a truly staggering achievement, given his notoriously relaxed attitude to focused practice compared to his contemporaries. His long pot success stats were staggering too. Even in his 40s, Ronnie continues pushing the boundaries of achievement. His 2022 World Championship win at the age of 46 made him the oldest victor since Ray Reardon in 1978, a record that stood for 44 years. Ronnie's ruthless attacking style revolutionized snooker by playing shots and going for chances that were previously regarded as too risky. He played the game at a pace rarely seen before, intimidating opponents with his willingness to take any shot on. When it comes to clearance rates, break building speeds, and all-around dominance, O'Sullivan has spent the last 3 decades operating at a level above every one of his rivals. Ray said this:
"The magician is Ronnie's the magician, not Murphy."
Is Ronnie the greatest ever, do you think?
Ever.
Ronnie's genius makes statistics almost redundant when assessing his greatness, though, because in addition to the trophies and numbers, he brought a style, flair, unpredictability, and electricity never before witnessed in a snooker arena. Iconic clearances, magical flukes, shock final frame comebacks. Ronnie steps into any arena with magic hands. But Ronnie's attacking genius could also be his downfall at times. When the run of the balls went against him, Ronnie would sometimes lose patience and go for near impossible shots. But there is another side that makes his legacy so uniquely intriguing. His much publicized mental health struggles have brought significant periods of time where his motivation, fitness, and hunger have waned. Yet, it was these personal demons that made Ronnie's career a fascinating fascinating soap opera for his legions of followers, who labeled him a true flawed genius of the sport. The occasional gaps of intensity have not impacted his trophy cabinet. Snooker has simply never seen a player like Ronnie O Sullivan before. We thought we had seen it with legends like Davis, Higgins, and Hendry, but could anyone stop Ronnie? So, when Ronnie O Sullivan was in full prime pomp during 2003 to 2009, were any rivals capable of beating him or even containing the brilliance? In truth, not really, especially in major finals and late tournament stages. Only John Higgins, a multiple world champion himself, could occasionally match him shot for shot on his very best day. Their two memorable Masters finals of 2006 and 2009 rank among snooker's all-time classics and my own personal favourites. What do the experts make of Ronnie's legacy? Stephen Hendry stated, "Ronnie is the best player I have ever seen, and people should make the most of him while he is still playing." Neil Foulds claimed O'Sullivan would likely have won 10 world titles had he shown total professional focus throughout his entire career to date. Steve Davis summed up Ronnie's talent perfectly, stating, "His style and sheer speed around the table separate him from the rest. He's the greatest player I've seen." The statistics back up Davis's bold claim. A once-in-a-lifetime talent who revolutionized snooker over 3 decades and made hiding behind perceptions of mere talent being enough seem wholly inadequate. His uncompromising attacking style reimagined what was possible in snooker. The benchmark for greatness in the modern era has been reset and may never be matched. Ronnie O Sullivan, an undisputed GOAT who may never be matched again when his rocket finally makes that final flight back to the hangar. If you liked this video series, then you'll also like this video, collating all of Ronnie's most impressive shots over his career. Click here to watch the full video.